Hello everybody, it's Maikito, and quickly overgoing yesterday's picks. The player props went 4 for 4. The ones that missed was Larson. His players were unselfish. He had plenty of chances. They wouldn't pass it to him. Bayer higher than 0.5 missed. Barkley over 2.5 missed. He actually ended with 0, which really surprised me. And then Frankowski over 1.5 also really surprised me. They dominated that game. He had 1. He just didn't take that second one. They just started defending towards the end because they were only up by 1. But Openda over 1.5 shots on target was a sweat. He hit that in the second half. Kramage over 0.5 goals and assists. I said it was going to be either him or Bayer, so either one of them was going to hit. Brereton 0.5 shots on target. He had 2 within like the first 10-15 minutes. That one absolutely hit. And Montipo under 3.5 saves. I knew that was too high of a mark. He only ended with 1. And then I went 2-0 on money line, so you would have profited on those for sure. Draw in the second half, 3 money line hits. And Leipzig money line against Heidenheim hit as well. Also, quick thing, notice how last video when I mentioned the props coming down after 5-10 minutes, that has happened for the last few days, and the one time I mentioned it that none of them came down. The one time I say something about it, it's the day that they don't take them down throughout the whole day, even the next day. So I just think that's kind of funny, and we'll see how that goes for tomorrow's picks. My first pick is Belarus, higher than 1.5 goals allowed, playing for Strasbourg, going up against Lille. Lille have gone over this mark in 4 out of 5 home games and averaged 2 at home, and Lille need to win if they want to stay towards the top for Champions League spots. They are good at long shot opportunities and good at through balls and sending through balls, while it is the opposite for Strasbourg. They're bad at defending through balls and defending long shots, and I think this is just a good opportunity for Lille. They need to bounce back after being eliminated by Aston Villa in the Europa League. So this is just a good chance for Lille to bounce back. They're a good team. They were just unlucky. Villa was a good team, and now they're going against Strasbourg, and I think it's a good spot for Lille to score 2. So that will be Belarus, higher than 1.5 goals allowed. My second pick is in the German Bundesliga. It is Serhu Guirassy, higher than 0.5 goals, playing away from home for Stuttgart, going up against Werder Bremen. I took him last time. He hit for me, and this is just taking him while he's hot. He went over in their last game earlier in the season, and in 9 away starts, he has 10 goals. Ever since coming back from break, he's gone over in 7 out of 9 games, and he's gone over this in 6 straight. Like I said, I took it last time, so I just think we might as well take it while it's still up there, see when he can break the streak. So I'd rather just go with it than against it. And they still need to win. There's still a couple games to go, and they can't risk losing a top 4 spot and playing Champions League football next season. And Werder Bremen is in really bad form. They are really bad. The last 5 games, they've lost 4 out of 5 and tied the one they didn't lose. So this is just a good spot for Stuttgart to take advantage of a bad form Werder Bremen team, and a good spot for Guirassy to go higher than 0.5 goals and continue his streak. My next pick in the English Premier League, it is Ollie Watkins, higher than 2.5 shots, playing for Villa, going up against Bournemouth. He averages 3 shots in general or overall in the season. He averages 3 at home and 3 away, so it doesn't really matter. He's good on the counter where Bournemouth are weak, and Villa will control the ball. Bournemouth, they control the ball less away from home, and Villa's a team that controls the ball more. Even though they just came back from that big win against Lille, they are still really close to losing their top 4 spot. So they need to get this win, and Ollie Watkins and Villa will be aggressive, and they need to take advantage of this Bournemouth team that allow a lot of shots. And I think you're getting really good value at 2.5 shots. And there's a big defensive gap for Bournemouth at home and away. At home, they only allow around 11 shots, which is pretty good, but away it goes all the way up to 16.5. So like I said, it's a good chance for Watkins to take advantage of this defensive gap in Bournemouth, and they need to bounce back. They need to pick up the pace and stay in the top 4 spot. So like Watkins higher than 2.5 shots. My next pick is in the Spain La Liga. It is Philip Jorgensen, higher than 2.5 saves, playing away from home for Villarreal, going up against Almeida. I think you're getting really good value for this, honestly. This is really good. So first of all, when he played them at home, he already had 6. We just need him to get 3. Almeida averaged 5 shots on target at home, and they from those 5 on target, they averaged 14.5 shots in general, while Villarreal averaged 16.5 shots allowed. So if Villarreal, Almeida can take those extra 1 or 2 shots, they could potentially get a 6 shot on target, and we just need him to save 3. And Jorgensen's a decent keeper. He's gone over this mark in 4 out of 5 away games, and in general throughout the season, he averages 4 saves. We just need him to get 3, and I really like this matchup. Almeida will take those shots, and Almeida's opposing keepers have gone over this mark in 4 out of 5 home games. And like I said, it's just really good value for Jorgensen to go higher than 2.5 saves. My next pick is in the England Premier League. It is Anthony Robinson, higher than 2.5 tackles, playing at home for Fulham, going up against Liverpool. He averages 2.7 at home, and don't let the last 5 games fool you, because in the last 4 since he came back from playing with the USA, he's played 4 games for Fulham, and he's gone under in all 4 marks. But the reason why is because they haven't been playing good teams. They have been playing teams that are just like not good at attacking wise. But if you look at the 3 games that he has played against, he's played them 3 times this season, Liverpool, and he's gone over this mark in all 3 games. And Liverpool will be aggressive. They need to get this win if they want any chance to win the Premier League, and they need to be aggressive. And he's going to have to guard Mo Salah, who has the ball a lot of the times. So there's a good opportunity for him to go and try to tackle him. Like I said, don't let the last 4 games fool you. I just think that's a trick. He does good against Liverpool. He's going to be needed if Fulham want any chance at drawing or just not losing in general. It's going to be a lot of defending for Fulham, and he's going to be a key part of it. He's aggressive when he needs to be, and he generally does pretty well when he plays against opposing teams that have high position of the ball and are aggressive, like Chelsea and Liverpool and Man U. So I think there's a good spot for Robinson to go over 2.5 tackles. And my last player prop, this one is in the German Bundesliga. It is Niklas Füllkrug, lower than 0.5 goals and assists, playing at home for Dortmund, going up against Leverkusen. So he's gone under this in the last 4 out of 5 games. And last time they played, Leverkusen defended really well. I know that Füllkrug actually got an assist that game. And honestly, they were really lucky to break through the Leverkusen defense, because Dortmund only took like 9 shots that game. And I think Dortmund is going to find it hard to score against Leverkusen. And Leverkusen in the last 5 games have only allowed 1 goal. The reason why I feel like this is up here in general is because Dortmund need to be aggressive and need to try to win against Leverkusen. But they might score. They're likely to score 1, but I just don't think. I like the odds that Füllkrug won't be involved in it. I doubt that they'll score 2. And even if they do, like I said, it's gonna have to be some type of lucky through ball to one of the wingers or something like that. I think I just like the odds more that he won't be involved in a goal if they score than him being involved. So I like Füllkrug, lower than 0.5 goals and assists. Before I get into the money lines, I want to give a quick shout out to my partner, Underdog Fantasy. You can use code Maikito, linked in the description. They'll match your first deposit up to $100, and I really appreciate anybody who does use that. I also have my Cashapp linked in the description, and I really appreciate anybody who does donate. It's never required or anything. I do all this for free, but if you guys ever feel generous and want to give back, I have that linked in the description. And like I said, I appreciate anybody who uses either of those codes. I actually have more money lines than what I usually do, so I'll get straight into those. My first one in the England Premier League, it is the Aston Villa money line going up against Nottingham Forest. Villa need to win more than Forest. Forest are pretty much guaranteed to stay in the Premier League, I believe, and Villa need to win to stay in the top 4 spots. And they're over this mark in 11 out of 16 home games. Bournemouth are below average defensively away from home, and I feel like this is just going to come down to Aston Villa outscoring Nottingham Forest. And I think Villa will likely score 2 or 3, and I doubt Forest will score more than 1. And they just came from a big win going into the next round in Europe, so I just think that they have high morale, and it's a good spot and good value for Villa to win at home against Nottingham Forest. My second pick is in the German Bundesliga. It is Leverkusen to win or draw against Borussia Dortmund. They're still undefeated the whole season, and it's not like Leverkusen have any injuries or anything. They are full strength going up against Dortmund, and even when they're down and they're like a goal down or even 2 goals down, they always find a way to come back. And the reason why I feel like usually this line would be like at minus 1,000, minus 600, but the reason why it's like this is because Dortmund need to win if they want to get a chance at getting top 4 in the Champions League. I just want, in my opinion, I just really like this Leverkusen team, and I don't think they lose against Dortmund. If anybody does beat them, it is Dortmund, but I have trust that this Leverkusen team will win or draw against Dortmund. My next one is also in the German Bundesliga. It is Freiburg win or draw against Mainz. First of all, in 14 away games, Mainz have yet to win a game. They have not won a single away game. I believe they're the only team in the Bundesliga to have not won an away game. They're under this mark in 14 out of 14 away games, and this is honestly good value. I don't understand why they have this juice like this. The only injury that they really have that actually makes an impact is Salah, but they still have Grifo and Gregoritsch and plenty of good players for Freiburg to not lose at home against Mainz. With this win, so currently Freiburg are a game behind everybody else, and if they win this game, they'll only be 3 points away from top 6, which automatically gets them a European spot. So Freiburg will for sure want to get that spot. They were eliminated already earlier in the season, and Freiburg will play. They need to win this game. I just think it's safer to take the winner draw because out of those 14 games that Mainz have played, 7 of them, which is half, have been draws. So I think this is a good value for Freiburg. They've gone over this mark in general in 10 out of 14 games. So I'd like them to win the draw against Mainz. My next pick is in France Ligue 1. I kind of talked about this earlier with my first player prop. It is the Lille money line against Strasbourg. Lille is the best at home team. They've gone over this mark in 10 out of 14 games, and they've only conceded 8 goals in 14 home games, which is the best in the league. They are the best defensive team in the league, and they're projected to score 2 goals. And I already doubt that Strasbourg will even be able to score 1. And even if they do score 1, Lille will score 2. So I just think that Lille definitely has what it takes to beat Strasbourg, and they need to win to stay in the top 3, which gets them that Champions League spot. And they need to bounce back after getting eliminated in penalties against Aston Villa. It was a really close game, but they need to bounce back from that game and stay in top 3. They're still a really good team. I like this team. They're good defensively, and I think that they have what it takes to beat Strasbourg at home. And my last pick is in the FA Cup. It is the Man U money line against Coventry City. Coventry hasn't played a big team in the FA Cup. Their last one was their best team they've played, and it was Wolves, and they needed a miracle to beat them in general. They scored 2 goals in like the last 2 minutes of extra time, and that was a miracle in itself, and I don't think they do that again. While you can sometimes never trust Man U against Prem teams, they've done well in the FA Cup, and if they win this game, this is just a perfect setup for the FA Cup final to be Man United versus Man City, which is the Manchester Derby. I just think this is a perfect setup. It's like you could call it a script if you want to, but it's not really written or anything. But this is just a perfect opportunity for there to be a Manchester Derby, and I took them last time to win the draw against Chelsea, and they let me down. But whenever I take a team twice in a row, they let me down twice in a row. And Manchester United in general just have a better quality team than Coventry, so I'm gonna trust them again. And I think this one is better than the Chelsea one. And I like Man U to beat Coventry City in the FA Cup. Thank you everybody for watching the video all the way through. If you wouldn't mind, could you consider liking and subscribing to the video? And you can comment anything if you would. Anything helps boost the video to other people, and I really appreciate everybody who has been commenting and giving me their opinions and stuff like that. There are a lot of you that do genuinely want to try to help me grow, and trust me, I read all the comments. I really appreciate all of you guys, and hopefully we can cash out tomorrow. I like these picks, and I hope you all have a good night.